set here. All messages. What? What?
270.
Hey.
17 likes, 21 comments.
Was it sleeting a minute ago?
Yeah.
Man, we got some bad storms coming. I should be at work, but it was a bunch of miscommunication this morning.
That was weird.
What, telling you that you were a moderator? Go ahead and...
You have enough jewels for a gift, huh? When did I get that?
I don't know. Give me a gift.
$1. Oh, I have 300.
Oh, man. I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea.
We get them all. Did you get a notification?
Yeah, I'm on your live.
Sister Krista, good morning.
Good morning, sister.
Sorry we're a little late. We went squirrel hunting. Porter family. Demo man, what's up, brother? Mama's here too, guys. We're just sitting in the truck again because it's hectic in the camper, and we're kind of outside so we can keep an eye on the weather too. Supposed to have some freezing rain and snow come in. They were supposed to do it last Friday, but it never came. And then they were saying this morning it was supposed to. It was all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and now I guess it's coming across. But we went squirrel hunting. We went out kind of late, just had a late start, and it was eerie quiet. I took some videos. I got some videos and a couple shorts I'm going to post. But it was like eerie quiet out there. Like we didn't see nothing. Robert, what's up, brother? So, but yeah, it was eerie quiet this morning, man. But I'm supposed to be at work. But so yesterday, I worked yesterday. That's why we didn't have a live chat. And my boss man said, look, we got to go out a lot farther than normal, so it'll be early. I'll text you at 5 a.m., tell you to be at my house or whether or not to be at my house. Well, I woke up at 5, nobody had texted or called, nothing. So I just fell back asleep. Thought I'd hear my phone. Well, he called me about 6:30, 6 o'clock, and I didn't hear the phone, and he had already left. So he was like, well, I'm too far gone to come get you, and my truck's just not, I'm not driving it, and it's got a bad slick tire in the back, and like I'm not driving it if it's going to be nasty out. So I missed today, so I figured I'd jump on and do a live chat, but.
I don't know how I did that, but.
Mama's sending gifts. Hey, put my cash app in there.
Again.
Huh. Mama sent 7 thumbs up. That's funny. That's funny. But no, but then, so we might go this afternoon. Just depends on how the snow and stuff's going. Yeah, it's good seeing you, brother. Hope you all are doing well.
It's good to
Glory,
see
what's
you
up,
guys
man?
too.
Yeah, it's great to be on again. I miss doing my lives. But if my phone cuts off like halfway through the chat or something, I apologize, guys. I'm using my steering wheel as a tripod right now, and I can't plug my charger into the bottom of the phone. I have one that hooks in my vent for like holding it for the GPS, but it just this weird camera angle, and I couldn't hardly see the chat, and it's just weird. Dogs are howling right now. They know some bad weather's coming too. Mama's right here. She's next to me, Glory. Like I said, we just walked through the woods. We had a shotgun and a 22, and I took a short of that scrape or the rub. There's a bunch of scrapes on the ground right on the trail that we used to walk into the woods behind our house. It's crazy ate up, but they're just not there when we're there. So we go out and sit for deer too. But here lately, I've been trying to get some squirrels so I can show Maddie squirrel tastes good. You know, we're gonna deep fry it in one of our Dutch ovens over our turkey cooker, and then I'll smother it in some gravy. But like, yeah, there just was nothing out there today. It was crazy quiet, like crazy. Yeah, that's what everybody for it. So I'm gonna pin it. Because that way when people come on, donate whatever, they donate to the Cash App, not to YouTube, because I don't get that till the 21st. And spent my last little bit of money on gas this morning for the generator. But
Good morning,
I digress. But yeah, man. So Glenn, hey, how's it going, brother? Good morning. But yeah, so it was just eerie quiet. Like, it wasn't even birds. Like, when we first came in, there was a couple hawks, and I'm like, that's kind of promising, because when the hawks are out, the squirrels hide, but as soon as the hawks leave, the squirrels come out. I even Googled it, just being curious. What kind of weather is best for squirrel hunting? And they said dark, overcast, damp mornings. And I was like, well, that's it. But they said not windy, and it's been windy, that front coming in. But no, it's been cold too. I figured the deer would be up moving, and I put a nutrient lick out here for them, and I take peanut butter jars, nail the top to a tree about deer head high, and then cut the bottom out so they can lick the peanut butter out. Nothing's really messing with them. Probably one of my dogs got it, and Sassy go up there and lick the peanut butter out of it.
Sassy Pants.
Yeah, Sassy gets up there, but no, it's I was hoping to get some though. But the other morning I went out like Saturday. Wasn't it Saturday? Last Saturday?
It was.
Saturday morning at like 7 in the morning. I don't even know what that is. So I was like, I went up just to get out for a little bit, saw tons of them. I got a couple, but the one I gut shot, he wasn't any good. It was messed up, but that was my fault. But then I was like, well, hell, this is promising. So I left, brought Mama Bear. We didn't see hardly any. Couple, we couldn't get a good shot. And then I went with Maddie, and we saw like 5 or 6, but they were just too far off. And then by the time we would get up and move to the section where we could shoot at them, they were just gone. You pretty much have to sit like deer or have dogs, because I notice a lot of people run dogs when they're squirrel hunting. They get those Fices or like something like that. Oh, I don't even know, dude. I'm not even paying. I ain't worried about it.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. But no, so hopefully we get something out there this year. We still got
Hey, thank you for the gift.
We still got who the hell is that?
Thank you again.
Just standing at the top of the road. Oh, he's that old man walking his dog.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep going trying to get deer too. I wanted to show you all these shells though, man.
Holy crap.
I ain't bought 20 gauge shells in a minute.
Thank you for all the that you just sent us.
Yeah, definitely. I got the sorry. Choking. I got some federal game load high brass. And damn, they were almost fucking 75 cents a round. Some of them were almost $1 a round for shotgun shells, man. But yeah, this is what I got. Just old Federals from Walmart. And I bought 15 slugs for like, I think it was 10 or 11 bucks. And then I bought 5 number 3 bucks for it. And those were more than the slugs. But those are for if we're moving and we're walking and Mama Bear, something jumps up and runs, we can hit it, you know, buckshot. Slug is for just sitting in a stand or in a blind or in a position. But for the high brass, I looked it up. They said that the best load for a squirrel is number 6 shot. 7.5 and 8 shot was cheaper than the 6, but I went with what they said. So like, this is my first real year of squirrel hunting. Like I've hunted my whole life. We went squirrel hunting like maybe 2 or 3 times. And that was just because we were bored and we went walking with some guns. It wasn't even, I got a story to tell about that. So me and a buddy of mine we were walking one day over where we deer hunt. Okay. Now I've been deer hunting this place for 2 or 3 years. We started walking around. No, they do. Ours in our town sells guns and ammo. So we were walking around and we found this little beagle dog came up, like a little hunting beagle. He was starving. You could tell he was hungry and ate while he had a collar on with a number, a name and a number. So he saw us. He just started following us. So we got him back to my buddy's house, gave him some dog food, got him some food and some water, let him chill there. And we called the number on his collar. Okay. Now I live in Granville County, which is central North Carolina. It was a weird number. Like I'd never seen it before. Like the area code was different. So we called it. The dude called us right back. And he was like, hey, did you guys just call from this number? And we're like, yeah, hey man, we found one of your dogs. He was like, one of my dogs? We were like, yeah, it's got a leather collar with a brass plate with your name and phone number on it. It was like Mr. Larry or O'Donnell or some shit. And he was like, I haven't lost any dogs this year. He said, I lost one last year. He said, where are you guys located? Yeah, we were like, we're in Granville County, like 30 minutes north of Raleigh, 45 minutes north of Raleigh. He said, man, I'm in Charlotte. That's 3.5 hours away. He said, I didn't lose no dog this year, but you obviously have one of my dogs and you're 3.5 hours away. So that dog had traveled from Charlotte 3.5 hours by car now, and he has traveled by feet, his little feet. And he got all the way up to North Carolina, up to central North Carolina. So my buddy was like, man, what do you want to do? And the guy was like, well, can you keep him? Like, don't let him go. Like, I'll come and get him. And my buddy was like, yeah, man. So gave him his address. He said, I'll be up there tomorrow morning. We just kept the dog. My buddy had a dog, so he kept him in the garage and fed him, and he had a nice little warm place by the wood heater. The guy came up about 9 o'clock that next morning. The dog was happy as hell to see him. Like you could tell it was his dog, and he was all lovey on the dog. He gave us a $500 reward, $250 for me and $250 for my buddy for our time and following him. You know, a lot of people would have just shoot a dog away or shot at it or something. You know what I mean? Something stupid. But damn, but he got him up there, and the guy came and got him. And he was happy as hell to have him back. He said he lost him hunting last year. He was a rabbit hunter, and he'd lost him rabbit hunting. He said this year he had radio collars, you know, but that was crazy, man. But that little dog could move, son. Like move. Fucking
Was he skinny?
Oh, he was starving. You could tell he was starving.
Did you feed him?
Yes, I just said we just fed him. The first thing we did was got him to the house and fed and watered him because he was skin and bones. Like you could tell he was just, and he was a hunting dog because he was still smelling and running, and he probably ate some on the way. You know what I mean? Just had to have a year of not being fed and watered. You know, you had to do it. Oh God, we had one of them. It's one of the ones like we had for light fighters. Bye.
No, I'm not gonna shoot a dog, period.
No, hell, I don't shoot at dogs anyways. I would never shoot at a dog. Like, I hunt this one spot with a buddy of mine, and it's in a bottom. So it's all hilly around us, and there's a swamp in the bottom. Well, it's game lands, but all around it is private lands. And they hunt dogs on those private lands. So we get down there real early in the morning. What's up, Scott? We get up real early in the morning before the dog hunters cut out. They get up early, but they usually cut them out about 5:36 where we were hunting. We get down there at like 4:35. Get in our stands. We have shotguns. So, Jacob, what's up, brother? Yeah, have a good one, Scott. So we were down there, and you could tell they turned the hounds loose because you'd hear them. And as soon as they turn them dogs loose, man, the fucking deer come pouring into that swamp because they run to the swamp for cover. We're in the swamp in tree stands. So I shot a doe that year. Probably could have shot 2 or 3 more. There was a big buck standing up behind me where I couldn't get a shot. But like I say, when them dogs turn loose, those deer come a-running, man. And my buddy has done that for years. He's been hunting down there for fucking 25 years. And he was like, man, like, you just watch. He said, you'll hear when them dogs turn loose. He said, when them dogs turn loose, be ready because the deer are coming. And so I brought home, that was the first time Mama had really had real good deer meat cooked. So now she's hooked. But now I got her the 20 gauge, so she's ready to go get her own.
And you guys, there's a huge buck out there. I'm going to get him.
There's some big bucks. I don't know if it's bucks or a buck, but out here there's a big scrape on the tree, a rub on the tree. He's rubbed a cedar tree slap bare. There was like 2 or 3 other ones. They were older, but they're all around the area where we were walking squirrel hunting. And there's a bunch of scrapes on the ground. Like I said, there's one not 100 yards from my house. So, but yeah, I was like, man, we got to see. We just got to get up there with the right time in the morning. And sometimes it's hard to get up at 5:30 in the morning to jump up. It's cold as hell, rainy or something. You don't want to go sit in the woods. But that's when you have to, you know. So, and I haven't gotten a deer in what, 2, 3 years? 3, 4 years. It's been 2 or 3 years, 3, 4 years since I've had one. So I'm trying to get I want Mama Bear to get one. But when we're squirrel hunting, I carry my 10 millimeter just in case we're out there and Mr. Badass Buck decides he's going to come walking out and all we got is bird shot. I got the 10 millimeter too. So for 2-legged creatures too, because we do live modern frontiersman. What's up, my brother? And we do live in a weird place, so it's good to, I mean, yes, we have shotguns for Christ's sakes, but you know, it's great to have secondary backup.
For real.
Plus, I got a 10 millimeter, so why would I not carry it in the woods? But no, there was nothing. And the squirrels, I mean, I need to put some more corn out too. I got a salt lick, but I didn't put it out in the woods, which I think I'm going to carry it with us out to where that buck is. And I went to Walmart yesterday. I didn't have enough money to get any. I was going to get some doe piss and some buck piss and use that to kind of get them to smell us in there. I got a grunt call. I have antlers, but like a buddy taught me an old trick. You take buck piss and doe piss. You get the deer pee smells like estrin. You said, I haven't been able to hunt because you've been trying to get a house. Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you on that one. Just like light fighters, man, he's still trying to get his house built so he can move into it. They got their garage set up. It's nice. Got it. But he wants his house. You know what I mean? So I get that. But I usually get buck piss and doe piss. Doe I drag behind me. When I'm walking, I have a 5-10 foot piece of paracord with a little cotton like applicator, cover it with that doe piss. And as you walk, you drag that behind you and you're dragging that to your deer stand. And when I get to the deer stand, I just kind of spray some buck pee around me and rattle my antlers. I have a set of antlers that I took off of one of the bucks I shot, and I use them to like rattle because they're fighting. They'll fight, and it's rut. You know, rut's probably about over now. It starts November around here. Usually end of December, it'll be over. But so is hunting season. So, but especially with all the scrapes and rubs, I know there's a buck out there marking his territory. So if I introduce another smell to him, he's going to be like, hey, there's another buck in my area. I got to go find him and kick his ass, get him out of here because these are my does. So we're going to try that, but I just didn't have the money. And then I missed today, which fucking sucks. So, but shit happens. I shot a doe the other day. I was late, didn't want to shoot, but I had to since sat there and did. Tracked it for 2 days, never found a single drop of blood. Damn, you know you hit it when you can hear the impact. Like one of the very first deer I ever shot. It was my first deer I ever shot. I had a 270. I was hunting with my ex-wife's Uncle Donnie. God rest his soul. He was a good dude, man. Put his head down and yeah, man, you know you hit it. When they put that head down and run, you know you hit it. So I was sitting up in a tree stand. I had a 270. Never been deer hunting really before. I mean, a couple times, nothing serious. And it was like Christmas. I'm up there, I'm eating, and like I look over, and about 150 yards across the cornfield, there was like 15 deer walking the edge of the woods. They were going down into the woods trying to cut the field, you know? I'm like, fuck, that's a deer. So I threw my 270 up. I just filled the scope with brown. I was like 22, 23 at the time. Hadn't done a lot of shooting with high-powered rifles at that time. And I just filled the scope full of deer and pulled the trigger. And you could hear Uncle Donnie was on the other side. He said, you heard the rifle crack, and then it impacted it. You could tell it was impacted. He said, it makes a thud sound. I was like, well, shit. I didn't get out of the deer stand because I didn't want to ruin anybody else's hunt. I didn't know at the time. Like, go find your deer, man. So I sat there till I saw Johnny Wayne come out and Uncle Donnie come walking. I said, hey, he said, well, did you go see if you got it? I was like, I haven't seen it yet. Like, I don't know. He's like, well, come on, let's go. So me and him walk across the field, and I get up there, and I'm looking. I found a patch of hair that just like somebody plucked it out of the deer and sprinkled it on the ground. And I was like, shit, found hair. He was like, walk down in the woods. So I took my rifle, put it around in the chamber, because in case it was still alive or something else, another deer in the woods, perhaps. South Alabama, where I am, apparently it's hunting season. Damn, no shit. Ours starts in September and ends in January 1st. And then squirrel season goes until like February. But I walked down, and there was a little buttonhead buck, about 100-pound deer, with his head on a stump where I'd hit him. And that's how I got the name Bullseye, because my very first deer, I took it 150 yards with a 270. Like, that's my favorite hunting rifle. I got to get another one, man. But then that second one, I shot, same stand. I was sitting in the stand, and here come a deer running across the field. I just shot, pulled my rifle up, filled it full of brown, and shot. But he fell with his back to me, and it was corn was like a foot and a half high where they cut it. Yeah, he said it died somewhere. I haven't seen buzzards since. No shit, man. Dad, they're eating him. That sucks, dude. That's meat wasted. Just like me and Mama Bear go all the time, and you go up the road, and there's one on the edge of the road got hit an hour ago, 2 hours, or a day ago. So, pardon the crazy hair, guys. It's crazy hair day for me. But we'll get one. Plus, it's not even the fact of getting one. It's cool that Mama Bear goes out in the woods, and we just go out and sit and hunt. But it is nice, and I like you get that little adrenaline rush, and you know it's like, damn man, there's a deer here, and she's wide open because every noise is a deer. Dang, I heard something. There's a deer. I'm like, no, man, that's an acorn falling, or that's a squirrel. What's up, Anthony? I was like, no, the kids are home from school because of the inclement weather that's coming. But I told Mama, I was like, it's not everything is a deer, not a crack or sound or everything, because it'll fool you. I said, plus a deer is slick. You ain't gonna hear them. You're gonna see them before you hear them. But when we're walking, we get up in there. We didn't see nothing, Anthony. No squirrels, no deer, no nothing. Everything's kind of bedding down, I guess, for the night. Did find some cool rubs and scrapes, so. But yeah, like they just sneak up on you. Or if they're running, you can hear them. I was in that stand I used to hunt over on when I lived in Franklin on East Mason Street, and I had my high power. I had a 270. I was wearing paint clothes. Like I was going late to work for some reason. We were late it was in the afternoon. I got off work, and it was getting late. I grabbed my shit, didn't even change clothes. I was in a box stand. You can't really see me up there anyways. Just grabbed my 270 with the mag and 5 rounds. Went down, sitting in the stand, was sitting there sipping on a beer, and I heard something crashing. I'm talking about little sound like Sasquatch coming through the fucking woods, man. About 20, 30 yards up from my stand, here comes a doe flying, son, and the hair on her back's up. I'm like, something scared her. So I'm watching the doe, and not sooner, about 2 minutes later, here come 2 big-ass bucks, bro. They come crashing out. One was a good 10-pointer. Probably one of them was 8 or 6. I couldn't really count the 10, but that one was fucking huge. And I went to shooting. But when they're running with a high-powered rifle, and you only got an eye box, that you're looking through. I didn't have a shotgun with me. I missed the 2 bucks. I shot the fucking doe on accident. I wasn't even trying to shoot the doe. I shot the doe. She fucking fell. And then the bucks, I was out of ammo. So I'm like, fuck, I have no bullets, nothing with me. I usually carry stuff with me. You just have to. So I went out there, was standing over the door, make sure she was dead, and the bucks were at the edge of the woods at the field, stomping and blowing and like scratching at me, like they were wanting to run up on me. So I was like, well, fuck it. From that point on, I was like 100, 200 yards. I could walk to the deer stand. From that point on, I strapped my rifle on my back, and then Fallen Hopes, welcome. I strapped the fucking rifle on my back, and I put 3.5-inch double-aught buck in my Remington 870, and I walked to the tree stand. That way, if I ran, because I had scared a couple up with the 270 a couple times, just never shot at them because they were running. So when I'd get to the deer stand, I'd set the shotgun, and then I'd use the rifle in case they come running out like that again. Because if they'd have come running out like that with that Remington 870 with 3.5-inch double-aught bucks in it, I'd have shot every fucking one of them. I'd have started at the front and just worked my way back. They'd have just ran into a big old hailstorm of lead, you know? So, but I never got a chance to do that again. That was the one opportunity that I did see. And I had seen some shit out in those woods. I was hunting the stand in the back with a black powder rifle, my 50 cal black powder rifle. I tried to ask for comfort from another live stream, but they ignored me and told the live stream he gonna ignore me. Wow. Well, I hope everything's all right, man. We'll pray for you.
Because you only got 3 subscribers, honey.
What? Well, I mean, you got to start something. One time I only had 3. But I was in that back stand, which was where I used to bow hunt. I never got to take a deer with a bow. I had a nice compound bow. I still have it. But I was sitting up there with a black powder rifle. And for some reason, I don't know why it told me to go there that day. I was like, man, I'm just going to go and sit in the old stand. It was a long walk to get to it and kind of complicated. And, oh, I'm sorry, guys. It was kind of complicated to get to, so only have 18. Should I started off?
I only had 22.
Yeah, I got 1,100 and some now. Thanks for everybody for that. I'm very proud of this. So I was walking. I got up in a tree stand. It was kind of it was on a weird angle, so it was kind of a bitch to get up into. But it was just a ladder stand with a 2-man ladder stand. And got up in there, was sitting there, had my rifle, had it, loaded, everything was good to go, and I fucking heard it. I was like, man, that's a big fucking squirrel. Like it was crunching through, and like you could hear its antlers hitting shit. I was like, that's a fucking buck. Like I heard his antlers hitting the sticks. So I'm like, don't move, don't move. I'm leaning back, so I'm like, because I could hear it right up underneath me. And I'm like, bro, that's big. That's got to be a deer. I leaned over real slow and looked down. And when I looked down, that motherfucker looked right up at me. And I was like, oh, shit. He was huge, huge. Biggest buck I've ever seen in my life in person other than hunting. I saw another big one, but that was, I'll tell you that story later. But I leaned back real fast. I'm like, fuck, he saw me. And like, he knows I'm here. So I real slowly clicked the hammer back on my 50 cal. It said click. And he didn't run. He just kind of trotted over about 20, 30 yards and got behind an oak tree and stopped. I could see his back hams. I could see like half of his back and half of his back in his back hams. I couldn't get a heart shot. I couldn't get a head shot. I couldn't get anything. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck, man. Like, so I didn't move. It didn't do anything. You know what I mean? I just sat there. And I was like, fuck, man, that's a big buck. Don't spook him because he might come back. He never came back. And then I was riding one time in we were in, the fuck is coming out here? Neighbor. Virginie. I was riding in my Cadillac with old Uncle Curtis. We were out by Lake Gaston. I don't know if it was, we were out, it was like 2:30. I think we were going home early. And out at Lake Gaston, they have big soybean fields. I'm talking about fucking 100 acres of soybeans. And they were huge, big green soybeans. So we're driving down the car, and Curtis goes, hey, look at that deer standing in the field. I was like, deer standing in the field? We were going down, and as I looked over, uh-oh, my battery saver just came on. Hold on, guys. Turn up.